seniors, and Social Security.
The California Apartment Association is run by billionaire corporate landlords. These very same landlords, like Steven Schwartzman, worth $39 billion, are filling the pockets of the MAGA movement. So please, when you see the mailers opposing rent control and the TV ads attacking the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, look closely to see who paid for them. The California Apartment Association is MAGA. Vote yes on 33 and no on 34 this November.
Right now at 6, breaking news, a deadly shooting along the 5 freeway right in the middle of rush hour traffic. We are live overhead.
A family shares their heartbreak with us after their loved one was killed by a rock thrown at a car windshield. CHP says it was one of at least 3 incidents under investigation.
The NBC4 I-Team investigates disappearing graves at the nation's largest cemetery, Rose Hill Memorial Park in Whittier.
NBC4 News at 6 starts with breaking news.
We began at 6 o'clock with a deadly shooting on the 5 freeway. It happened on the northbound side. Thank you for being here. I'm Kathy Vara.
And I'm Robert Kovacek. NBC4's Ileana Moreno overhead in News Chopper 4 with the very latest for us. Ileana.
Kathy and Robert, all lanes of the northbound 5 freeway remain shut down here at Grande Vista in Boyle Heights following that freeway shooting that happened nearly 2 hours ago. Now, you can see that there are about 5 vehicles involved in an apparent collision, but one of those vehicles had some gunshot victims. One of the victims made it to the hospital thanks to the LA City Fire Department, where his or her condition remains unknown, but tragically the other person in the vehicle lost his or her life. Now, it's unclear what led up to all this. It's also unknown if CHP has the shooter in custody, but what I can show you are the very heavy traffic delays. They just issued a SIG alert about an hour ago saying that the freeway would remain shut down at least until 7, but I can tell you that at this point the coroner is not here yet, so that closure will likely take place a lot longer than that. For now, all lanes shut down with heavy delays as you come away from the 605 freeway here on this northbound 5. Again, the CHP investigating a fatal freeway shooting that left 1 person dead here in Boyle Heights. That's the latest from News Chopper 4. I'm Ileana Moreno. Let's send it back down to you in the studio.
All right, Ileana, thank you so much. We do have a ground crew on the way. We'll bring you new information just as soon as we get it.
Meantime, we've got some developing news out of Tarzana. This is where a car crashed into a coffee shop. The view you're looking at is from News Chopper 4. It happened at Enigma Coffee that's located near Reseda and Ventura Boulevards just before 4 o'clock this afternoon. From what we understand, at least 8 people were injured. The driver hurt the most, while the other 7 are expected to be okay. We're going to continue to follow this story for you throughout the evening.
Now to an I-Team exclusive. For years, investigative reporter Joel Grover has been uncovering problems at cemeteries where many of us bury our loved ones.
And Kathy, his reports have gotten results elsewhere, and viewers now have reached out hoping that Joel can help them again.
I think there might be graves along here.
Joe Skibby is on a mission to help the I-Team.
There is a lot of dirt and weeds.
Uncover graves that seem to have disappeared.
This should never happen.
Like her uncle Winfield Snelson's grave in the Masonic section at Rose Hills Memorial Park.
This is just utterly disgusting that the more we look, the more we find.
These are my grandparents right here.
Yasmin Farhad also contacted the I-Team last month.
They went through a lot.
When she couldn't find the graves of her grandparents, Ausefa and Saki, who fled persecution in Afghanistan years ago.
These are important people. These people had lives that deserve to be honored.
She says this was the second time she had to ask workers to use probes and shovels to uncover her grandparents' graves.
They promised that this would never happen again.
What we found at Rose Hills appears to violate California's cemetery maintenance standards, including that grass shall be trimmed or mowed to a level where individual graves can be seen.
I feel the metal.
Back in 2019, an I-Team investigation found a similar problem.
Died in 1976.
At Pierce Brothers Cemetery in North Hollywood. Rows and rows of graves had disappeared.
A good soldier.
Both Pierce Brothers and Rose Hills are owned by the country's largest operator of cemeteries, Service Corporation International, or SCI.
Can we talk to a manager?